Inside Morning Connection. Health Matters, a 5 minutes feature providing health tips on how to take care of ourselves and the most vulnerable in our community. That's Health Matters every Wednesday and Friday morning on Fit FM 96.7.
Hi there, I'm Carlene Street, inviting you to join me every Sunday on Fit FM 96.7 for We Little But With Talawa, a program highlighting Jamaicans who are making significant contributions abroad and their impact on our communities. That's We Little But With Talawa, every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. with a repeat on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Fit FM is owned and operated by Communistation Company Limited, located in Stuart Castle, Duncan's Trelawney, Jamaica. We broadcast on FM 96.7 locally and is heard worldwide on fitfmja.com. Our mission is to amplify diverse voices and opinions, inform, educate, entertain, and engage listeners of all ages and lifestyle while promoting responsible community development. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Cultural Mix, an exciting radio show identifying and showcasing cultural diversity across the world through music, interviews, and lively discussions. Join Bev Moonchild on Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. Cultural Mix, everything cultural. Tune in. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Know yourself, know your roots, know your culture. You're in tune to Cultural Mix with Bev Moonchild and Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. Imara said that.
Last night I had a dream upon the four corners of the world, shone the light of love, erasing our hatred, greed, and pain, revealing to man what life's really worth. Yeah, 1,000 years. 1,000 years, 1,000 years of peace. 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 years of peace. Last night I had a dream. War was an obstacle of the past, buried in the history book. Racism was no more, extinguished by a ray of hope. Yeah. 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 years of peace. 1,000 years, 1,000 years, 1,000 years of peace. Children play and sing over vibes of feeling. Make me wanna jump and sing, yeah. 1,000 years. 1,000 years. 1,000 years of
Peace. One. May I catch it now? So like me I go out with something. Yeah. Yes, man. We are practicing. We are catch the pitch. 1,000 years of peace. That's Imara with our theme song for Cultural Mix. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. How are you? It is what date? Friday, July 16, 2021. And we are grateful to be here, of course. And we are saying to you, we want for you to stay with us until another 2 hours now. Yes, man. So we want all our people, as usual, to check in. Wherever you are, we want you to come on in, check in, because we have an interesting program lined up for you this evening. We want the people who are on www.fitfmja.com to feel welcome, ever present, ever sure. We thank you so much for being with us. And the people who are able to log on onto the 96.7 band, we welcome you. We want for you to check in. We want all the communities to check in. Refuge, Stuart Castle, Duncan's Hill, Clarkstown, Kerry Park, wherever you are. Stuart Castle, Refuge, everybody check in. And when you check in, tell us where you're checking in from. Tavia Foster already, she's in the house. Thank you, Tavia. We want the parishes to check in also, the different countries, because you know we go Facebook Live. And once we go Facebook Live, we are to the world. And we are on YouTube. Don't forget that. So you can also go on YouTube and check us in. We say Akwaba, welcome. That's our African welcome for Cultural Mix. Every evening we come, we're going to say Akwaba. We want for you to say that back to us. We are on social media, all social media platforms, FitFM 96.7. And you can also call or text 876-482-4944 or 876-317-1991. On YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you can check out FitFM 96.7. You can also check me out on Facebook, on YouTube. Check me out, Bev Moonchild Culture and Lifestyle. And you also can check me out, Bev Moonchild Edwards, on Facebook. Cultural Mix is everything cultural. So if you're joining us for the first time, we say welcome, Akwaba, and we say we do interviews, we highlight cultural practices and traditions, and we talk to people, really. So when you hear me say interview, it's not interview kind of thing. We really have a discussion, and we talk, and we rap, and we laugh. So come for the laugh, stay for the music, because lots of persons like the kind of music that we play on Cultural Mix. And so, people, we want for you to share this program. So if you're joining us on Facebook Live, we want for you to share the live with your friends and ask them to share the live too, right? So we can grow and we can become the program that everyone wants to listen to on a Friday evening. So thank you so much for that. So invite a friend to like also the Fit FM page. And of course, you can follow Fit on all the social media platforms. All right. At this time, we want to say thank you to our guest last week. Andreen, author, Bonner, where are you? She's on too. Thank you, Andreen. What a lady, full of vibes and positive energy. Really want to thank you so much, my sister, for that amazing discussion last week. Teachers, I'm suggesting that if you need assistance in curriculum development and classroom strategies, contact Andreen, author Andreen Bonner on Facebook, right? She'll be happy to help you. She's on Facebook, as I said earlier, as author Andreen Bonner. Check her out. Lovely, lovely, lovely piece of lady. It is July 16, and we want to say stay with us until 8 p.m. It is your Friday evening program, and we know the evenings kind of look early-ish. So sometimes you get fooled because it is 6 o'clock now, and outside is sun bright outside. So we kind of, get tricked that kind of way if we don't follow the time. So stay with us until 8 o'clock. And of course, it is your Friday evening program with, of course, your host, Bev Moonchild. This program is sponsored by Bev Moonchild and Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. And as we talk about music, guess what? Festival songs are out, Yes, man. So we're going to start this evening with a piece of music from one of the contestants. We have 12 for them? 12 finalists, and we're going to start this evening with Desai Boyd with the Rumba dance or Rumba box. Rumba dance, some Rumba, we soon hear it. Rumba dance, Rumba box. Desai Boyd, one of the festival song finalists for 2021.
Make sure that me put on the rumba socks. And me down in the rumba move. And me already have on the rumba suit. Hey, I want a girl from the rumba move. And me just don't think some cucumber juice. Rooster at large, no time to roost. When me step out, me no look to goose. In a little conda, so the rumba. Bumper on all the looks at the zumba.
Cultural mix.
In a little conda, so the rumba.
Every Friday afternoon, 6
Did you know that the rumba box was one of the instruments that played the first bass line? And I am not here to waste time, but about to take the rumba box and make it mine. Now when you're up, straight up at the rumba box, make sure that me put on the rumba socks. And me drop in the rumba box, and me already have on the rumba suit. Hey, I want a girl from the rumba box, and me just don't think of cucumber juice. Rooster and lark, no time to roost. When me step out, me no look to goose. In a little conda, so the rumba. Bumper on all the looks at the zumba. In a little conda, so the rumba. Bumper on all the looks at the zumba. Relax in the rumba hand, and she just get a lock from the rumba strap. Two will lock from the rumba back. I hope they no put on no rumba tax. So make me talk some rumba back. And the olden days, you know, have to act. Everybody should know that's how we bring it back. Hey, now every artist can write the track. When you sing a little conda, so the rumba. Bumper on all the looks at the zumba. Sing a little conda, so the rumba.
Try, yeah, hear me. That's on the top. Play it again. Play it again. We tune in. Fit FM 96.7. Tune in. Play the tune again.
And the baseline drop, she winding waist. Hips and tips, everything in place. She make me dance till me lose me boo. That's how I end up with a rumba you. When
You know here, Canute Lawrence say my joined from Ghana. But me like the song here. It make me want to broke out. And our guest coming up, she said, I'm my favorite one that, you know, well, what a song to bring you on. And Gillian, thank you so much for being with us, Gillian. Give us some more of the rumba, the Desai Boyd in the festival 2021 entry.
Make sure that me put on the rumba socks. And me drop in the rumba move. And me already have on the rumba suit. Hey, I want a girl from the rumba move. And me just don't drink some cucumber juice. Rooster and lark, no time to roost. When me step out, me no look to goose. In a little conda, so the rumba. Bumper on all the looks at the zumba. In a little conda, so the rumba. Bumper on all the looks at the zumba. Relax in the rumba hand, and she just get a lock from the rumba strap. Two will lock from the rumba back. I hope they no put on no rumba tax. So make me talk some rumba back. And the olden days, you know, have to act. Everybody should know that's how we bring it back. Hey, now every artist will write the track. When you sing a little conda, so the rumba. Bumper on all the looks at the zumba. Sing a little conda, so the rumba. Bumper on all the looks at the zumba. Lord, she said she like the taste, cause she just get a bite of the rumba bass. She never had time, she said hungry. On the baseline drop, she winding waist. Hips and tips, everything in place. She make me dance till me lose me boo. That's how I end up with a rumba you. When Senorita dash out the rumba. Hey, bump around with the looks of the rumba. Senorita con dash out the rumba. Bump around with the looks of the rumba. Now when you jump straight out of the rumba box, make sure say me put on the rumba socks. And me drop in the rumba boot. And me already have on the rumba suit. Hey, I want a girl from the rumba
some cucumber juice. Rooster and lab, no time for roost. When me step out, me no look for goose. Cause Senorita Conda shows the rumba. Bumperona the looks at the zumba. Senorita Conda shows the rumba. Bumperona the looks at the zumba. Senorita Conda shows the rumba.
Cultural mix. Cultural mix. Every Friday afternoon, 6 p.m. Deaf Moon Child on Fit FM 96.7. And we tune in every Friday. Lock in. I sure said that.
People, me that dance to that song a whole evening. I'ma tell you, whole evening. And everybody on Facebook said, boy, the rumba. Bev, you look like you was broom. Sandra Anderson. Thank you so much for joining us, Sandra, and another Sandra Smith Kirby. Gracia, I have one eye upon the Jamaica game. A Jamaica game are gone? Well, you better take your eye off of the Jamaica game and put the 2 eye on Cultural Mix, Sandra, please. Gillian, thank you so much for being with us. Me like the song here, Canute. Thank you so much, Canute, for joining us from Ghana. Wow, you're globe trot, Canute. Love Desired Music, that's Gillian, and Gracia. She's our guest coming up. She's backstage, and we want to big up everybody. Calvin Mitchell, bless up Sister Bev. Thank you so much for joining us, Calvin. And blessings from Annette and also Paulette Denson. And we want to big up my sister. You know, Tavia was early out. And Diane from Logwood Walk and Rose Griffiths. Good evening, Bev Moonchild. So we want to big up everybody who is joining us early. As I tell you earlier, and you would have been, those persons who would have been following my Facebook post, you would have seen me put up a picture of our guests, right? And I really want to tell you that we're in for a treat this evening. One of Jamaica's leading actress. And we said that without water in our mouth. We're being upfront and we're being truthful. And a voice actor, you'd have seen her on your TV commercials. Maybe some of the voices you hear on the TV, on their radio commercial, you don't know, say she. Well, this evening she might tell us some of those adverts. And I'm seeing her now in a music video, Turbulence new music video. She is featured in that music video. And we are going to welcome our guest for this evening, Gracia Chuku Thompson. She's going to tell us about that Chuku name when she comes on, because I have known her for Chuku forever, as Chuku forever. So she's going to tell us about the Chuku name when she comes on. Pretty girl, how are you?
Bev! Christian Amoravia Primary School sent me that join you. Me that on your show this evening. I never anticipated, but big up, girl. I feel so honored. I feel so honored to be on your show.
Thank you, Chuku. Guess what? We have been friends for a long while.
Oh, yes.
Yes, years. We can't even count the amount of years we have been friends.
Yes.
From what, grade 3?
Yes, from grade 3 at primary school. And we go at the same high school. I was so happy we go to high school, made up in the same class with Bev. And then when I went off to drama school, she went to teachers college and she missed me and she just left teachers college and come join me at drama school.
Inseparable we are. So Chuku, welcome to the studios of Fit FM 96.7 and welcome to Cultural Mix. I'm really honored to have you here as a guest and as my very, very, very good friend. Welcome, Mama. So you talk about Christiana Moravian. Tell the people, because me know where you come from. Tell the people about coming out being raised in Shudley, Manchester.
Papa Jesus. You know, Bev, I was thinking to myself, say, me glad say me grow up a country.
Yes.
When me did, I remember there were some times I used to go to town for a holiday. And by the time we come back at the end of the summer, we come back with town accent, which was basically dropping off H's and adding H's where they were not supposed to be. And you who never go nowhere without trying to copy it. But I realized then that what I thought at that time was like the paradise of Jamaica. I was living in paradise.
Yes.
I was living in Manchester. It was perfect. The weather was cool. I had some of the loveliest persons that I went to school with. And people have remained my friends right up to this day.
Yes. Tell me some of if there were older people in Shudley practicing that you would have remember as a child and it would have impacted you. Anything at all?
The thing I would remember most is Dead Yard. Me not in a library. Me and my friend Bonnie. We used to just listen out if you went Dead Yard, like if you go, they go Henka. And those were the good days when people would have stayed a little longer after they get the food.
Yes, because people leave after the food here.
Yeah, man. And it was the traditional kind of 9 nights that we used to have. I remember I had a grandma that died, and they had a mentor band for the playing for the most of the night, and then close to early morning, the table with the salt and the soda, everything, and the old woman tracking the music. That is the kind of 9 night me always love.
And not the one of them have now, they have band or Duppy
band. Duppy band is good and well, but I don't think we should lose out on the traditional 9 nights.
When the people track the song and one man draw it and go on, so and go on with it and come back to the next verse. I really me enjoyed those too. So that's growing up in Shudley. Then now Zon Moravian was a primary school, or some people call it Christiana Moravian.
Mm-hmm.
So how was that? Primary school days.
The wonderful thing about Christiana Moravian is that I was going to school with a lot of the kids that lived in my community.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought we were all stars. We thought we were better than all the other school them. No disrespect to Middlesex Insect School, that's what we used to call them. Yes, and the Catholic school, Sacred Heart Academy, we used to say, them are Catholic.
Let me hear it.
Yeah, we used to take this blue bus to school, right?
Yes.
And we used to push out half of everybody, and when we passed the them on the road, we used to sing all sorts of songs about them to turn them. So the Christian Least, as it was officially called, we used to call it Middlesex. As we are passed, so we say, Middlesex insect. And then when we pass the Catholic kids, them we say Pusalik, Dagalik, the whole of them are Catholic. And then before I went to Knox, when we pass the Knox fitness, then we used to say Knox College no have no knowledge because them people come you perish. But then I ended up Knox, so I had to take back. And them couldn't find nothing for rhyme with Christiana Moravian primary school. So they were habitually upset with us.
So nobody could tease us. Yes, Christiana Moravian. As you talk about Christiana Moravian, you could talk about the canteen, because I tell people that canteen Bulga, if it wasn't for people like Amara, I wouldn't get to love Bulga, because the canteen Bulga turned me off.
Bev, let me call it myself. Put this there. You can't eat Bulga. Me cannot eat Bulga. Me see Bulga, me get cross. I want to remind you of something, Bev.
Yes.
My mother used to give me money to pay for canteen for the whole week.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Anybody?
Me attack it, me attack it.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
Listen, mommy used to give me money to pay for canteen for the whole week. I would take me money, go down what the patty place is the name of Christella, and buy patty and like one box drinks or one soda, and that would be my money for the entire week.
Yes.
Because I couldn't stand the canteen food. And then we used to see some kids washing up the little bowl them with the little early chicken back. And we said, wow, we used to feel sorry for them because we just said they were really, really poor, and they have to wash plate. And then when we look, we said the picture where I wash plate at the teacher's lunch. Yeah. And teacher's lunch was rice and peas and fried chicken. I said, backside. Oops, sorry. And before you knew it, we joined the wash plate passing. Wash plate to me. Remember saying, no, me there, me had me now wash the plate. My sister, she there, she can't tell you the amount of beating me get. But we wash plate and get the proper teacher's food because I couldn't take the bulgur.
Yes. What I remember is the fried dumpling.
Oh, child.
The fried dumpling was better.
All right.
And I used to spend off my money for the week for buy fried dumpling.
Yeah, man. Me no dumpling like that.
I lived in Tapalson, Moravia, and school is in Christiana. And when we spend off the money and buy fried dumpling on Monday, we walk for the whole week, you know. Yeah, we walk for the whole week because the fried dumpling done out from Monday morning and the lunch money done out from Monday morning. So
God.
you really bring back some memories there, Chico. Trust me, I laugh to me, I cry. I know you're at the studio. So we talk about those interesting things and the laughable movements. But at Dawn, though, talk about the teachers and the discipline that those teachers instilled in us as students.
Bev, me no know. My mother tell me say, when I was little, I have the memory of going to school for the first time. I was very, very excited because I was the last one, and so my brother and sister were off to school long before me. I wanted to go to school, but me never knew. So when I go, my mother never there was stay. And the first day I go, like when I see her, I'm like, what, mommy? I mean, I didn't say that, but I was really curious. I'm a baller. I was notorious as the baller. And what we had, I remember we had a principal at that time, Mrs. Gale, which is just the loveliest person in the world. I think for me, I am so happy about the schools that I've got. Knox and Christian Morville, I spent some of the happiest days of my life. I had some great teachers. I remember Miss Patmore in grade 1. She was like such a motherly, caring kind of person. And we had in grade 2, Miss Elliott, who actually taught my mother. And every day she beat me. Right? In grade 3, we had Miss Ratchery, a nice lady. Grade 4 was Miss Daly, and grade 5 was Miss Rodney. And Miss Rodney in a ramp to beat.
Yes, talk about Miss Rodney.
Yes, sir. But my favorite, and I know it will be yours as well, Bev. My favorite teacher was Mrs. Mitchell.
Grade 6.
She was disciplinarian, but she was like
lovely.
She was lovely.
She was the best teacher ever. What I remember from Miss Rodney is the timetables that we used to get after lunchtime.
Oh, Jesus. That not remind me. Yeah, me come in full of sugar. Me want after the plane, me want to sleep. And then Miss Rodney come poop us 3 steps and me like she wheel out her and I said, oh, and then me don't know what to say, you know, and then she always a point for me and me like, whoop. And then somebody said to me, say, you fool, put up your like, you know it. And then the next day me put up my hand, she point for me, same one. And then once again, me don't know it. Miss Rodney, she never run people.
Yeah, she used to come quick and fast for truth, you know.
Yeah.
2 + 5 + 7. And you have to answer right away. Or
I used to do well in maths up until grade 5. And because of that something, it threw me bad.
Show you up. And then when she come now, remember now, you know, timetable stop at 12 times. Miss Rodney gone at 13 times, 14 times, 15 times, you know. And she passed 12.
Yeah.
And on the book. It's not on the back of the book.
Yeah, but she still we have to give her her props. She was a great teacher.
She was. Anywhere you are, Miss Rodney, we want to bless those kind of memories that you should have of teachers. I don't know if when I was in the classroom, children who experienced my teaching, if them have any fond memories of me at all. But it is what it is. We were young as teachers, and we just feel so if it's just very, very harsh on some students. But that is it. Chuku, tell us about the Chuku name though, because some people curious.
Bev, the name come with me from as a baby. My mother had given to me as a pet name. And so I know if I hear people calling me Chuku now, I mean now because of social media, some people would never used to call me Chuku, but I know that it would be people that I knew from either my family members or I knew from my childhood.
Yes.
I'm not even sure where the name come from. I found out later it was a kind of African god name. Yeah. But yeah, my mom shortened it to Shooks. So if there are very few people in this world call me Shooks, and that would be mommy and a few other people who kind of near and dear to me. Yeah,
Chooks. Yeah. But I am Chuku forever.
Chuku forever, and your sons call me Auntie Chuku.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
that is true. So Chuku, look here. Coming up in Shudley, right? And leaving town to let's don't go there. Say it at high school. Make we touch high school quickly. After you came into Knox College, right? the teachers at Knox, because we are taught the teacher experience first. The teachers at Knox and the subjects that you would have preferred, or going to that class with those teachers and so on, having some real nice moments at high school.
Yes, Bev. Knox to me is like I can never picture myself attending any other high school but Knox, because it was just like one of the most precious experiences of my life. I was more prone towards or drawn towards the arts, I would say. So my English teachers, English language, English literature, history, those would have always been my favorite teachers. My farm home teacher in grade 7, Miss Loudon, was also my English teacher. Yeah. And she was precious. I mean, believe me, Bev, me can't drop the memory there when me go to high school and get beaten. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life. You too, you did get it. It's not bad idea. Right? Yes, we little posse. No make she go on decent people. We have a little gang. Me, Bev, Marlene, and
Marlene Lampard, yes, wherever you are. Yes, top on the beaten, top on the beaten. Sister, you bring it up. Top on the beaten.
You never know, I'm kind of shave this when I get beaten. But no. But we were in the high school, and I tell you, say there was a girl, I won't call her name. First of all, let me just say, this girl, Bev was like, everybody who know me know Bev has always been my best friend, right? I'm going to go to high school, I say, I'm glad me drop back in the same class with Bev. When me look, this little child come and I try to thief Bev from me. So already me hate her. God forgive me for using the word hate. It's too strong of a word. But she was trying to thief Bev. And she was kind of being successful because they were from the same area. So I had a world of resentment towards her. Anyway. We went on, and yes, it was in grade 7. So something happened to her. I won't say what it is. And I think we were being unkind, for the want of a better word. And she went home and she told her mother, and her mother came and reported us to the form teacher and the vice. Actually, first it was the form teacher. So when you're in farm home, Miss Loudon called me up and said, you girls have just been getting in too much trouble, but this is the last straw. And when Miss Loudon wheeled up with a big old leather belt, he said, back then high school, me all get beat in the high school too. It was in the primary school that they done. I remember you went first, Bev.
Yes.
You go get the first, and you always did tougher than everybody else. Like, so nothing fears you. I remember you also put out your hands so and just take him and say, look like, right? And then I remember if I did Karen or Marlene, they'd go after, but one lick on them been up a do. So it's like, I said, no. And then I think it was a tussle between me and Marlene who forgot.
Yes, Marlene Lampard.
And them did forgot how beaten they'd feel in my hand. After we get the beating, it's like the child never satisfied. She did look for suspension or something. Never satisfied, and boom, we get reported to the vice principal. Now we get called up. When we go there, I remember we were outside of Miss Chamberlain's office. I say, hey, I can't get no suspension. No, my mother will kill me, you know. So I remember us plotting and scheming exactly what we were going to say. And we're going there. And before you knew it, we were stars. We were stars in the vice principal's eyes. And it's like, no, they didn't mean anything. And she was very, very upset. I know she's still your friend now, babe. And if she's hearing me now, enough love always. But though, I don't know, that child did rub me wrong in high school. Rub me wrong.
Big up yourself, my friend. Big up yourself. Choco, you just bringing back too much memories. But I tell you.
I tell my students sometimes, I say, look, I used to get trouble at school, you know. I was no angel. But work for do. Yeah, because one thing I know, the enemies that they give in trouble, I could not afford to get suspended because my mother would have come and beat me right at school.
Yeah.
That was my fear.
Yes, here Judith Green is saying 7 Loudon. Yeah. But Judith was in the same class too. Yes, I should remember. She did good behaving, you know. So
no, not totally. Bubblegum girl. Don't forget Judith and the bubblegum. She was the fastest bubble. In fact, I remember telling some of my students about her. I said, listen, you can't chew bubblegum like one girl in high school. Try and get catch. Judy Green, are you chewing gum? No, miss. Pass. Hey, Jokes.
Chuku, you make people. Judith saying bubble gum. People are dead with laugh. People are dead with laugh. What I remember, you remember the day when they were, I think it's some concrete they were laying on the walkway, the driveway to go.
Babe, no go shame me, no man.
The driveway to go up to the school. And as soon as the workmen were done doing the cement work, we go and we carve, we name into the window. We carve, we name into the concrete. Next thing we know, we hear over the loudspeaker at the school. Beverly Edwards.
No, sir, we did not notorious, you know. Oh
my God, no, sir. Come to the principal's office. And again, Chuku, we go there and we try to sing our way through. How we used to sing it up. It's really amazing. And Cheryl Stevens.
Oh, Cheryl.
Cheryl is on. Big up yourself, Cheryl.
Oh, Cheryl and our nice brother them.
Notorious, bad. But those were the joking moments for us as students at school, which I think the students really nowadays, I don't know if they might enjoy themselves at school. Well, COVID kind of come, 2 years now, no full face-to-face. But prior to COVID, do you think that high school students really enjoy them school days?
I don't know if they are here in the concrete jungle of the city. Sometimes I go to some schools and I just say to myself, what looks really have 100 acre land up an ox? The maths department, if we were leaving from the maths department to go up to the home department, it was like a journey to reach there. Yeah. We had so much greenery. We're surrounded by so much flora and fauna. It was just a beautiful place to be. I did not want to miss school. I love school. Nowadays, some of these kids, they hate school.
And what do you think caused that?
I think it distracts them from what they are enjoying now, and that is being online, playing video games. They don't want to be outside. The alternate world of the cyber world is more interesting for them, and so they are now missing out on some things that we would have found so fascinating as children.
Yes, and then we never had social media. We never had Facebook. We never had these things. So we enjoy the things that around us, How teachers managing though?
You mean in this time?
Yeah.
For the teachers, I know.
The COVID time, I mean, having students who really don't want to come to school. And then you having to teach them now and to get them into that mode of learning.
I think for great teachers, and I know a lot of great teachers, they make them love school. They distract them from their first love and make them appreciate what is supposed to be their true love at this point in their lives. Well, one of their true loves, and that is school. I don't know. There are some schools where the school spirit is really great. They constantly have something to celebrate. And there are some schools that nothing much is happening,
Right.
But I don't know. For me, I just think that going back to school after this pandemic, it's going to be a challenge for everyone.
Okay, so we're not reached school yet. We were just going through some of the things that we enjoyed at school. One of the things I want you to talk about, Chuku, is the fact that after high school, when everybody else said they were going to teachers college or nursing school or you never had no other option other than drama school.
Yes.
Who would have contributed to that kind of thing? You're not thinking about no teachers college. You're not thinking about no nursing school. You're not thinking about UWI. You're not thinking about. You only think about drama school.
Bev, to be honest, I don't even know, because one of the great things that the city kids had over us, I didn't even do drama at Knox. It was
yes. So how you had that drama?
How I got into liking acting because I used to read all them Nancy Drew and Hardy Boy books and Babsy Twin books, and all my life up until a certain point in primary school, I said I want to be a detective because I picture myself like Nancy Drew as a sleuth going around and solving cases. And I realized somebody tell me, say, oh, if you want to be a detective, you have to join the police. So I was like, oh no, right? But I remember there was this harvest. They used to have a big thing. 2 big events at primary school would have been Sports Day and harvest.
And harvest, yeah.
Yes. And some children from another class, they were rehearsing a play. And one girl was playing the part of an old granny woman, and she was not getting it. And I was just sitting there watching the rehearsal. And then I was saying, hey, do this, do that. And then some of the kids, because I was showing her, they said, why don't you play it? Because you do it better than she. And then that was it. After that, then I went to high school, didn't do drama, but would try and include some kind of dramatic activity in the different subjects. But where fostered this greatly, Bev, was my church that I used to go to. I used to go to a church named Chudley Restored Pentecostal Church of God, which I had a whole love-hate relationship with. Because once again, the heap of trouble me used to get, right? But they used to have like rally and harvest, and I would always perform at these things and get enough ratings, and I love doing it. So I suppose, yeah. Another thing I would say, my brother, when he was going to home, was he home? I'm not sure. Sandra, put it in the chat section if it is. He used to enter JCDC festival and he used to win medals.
Okay.
Yes, if anybody thought anybody would have gone into the arts, it would have been my brother Roy. But then no, he didn't go in that. But one thing was my mother allowed us to be what we wanted to be. She was very, very strict, but she allowed us to be creative at home. She would have little dancing competitions and we would dance and she would pick. And we had fun. We had fun as a family. All my 3 children and my mother, we would entertain ourselves. And so when the decision was made by me that I was going to drama school, there were some people saying to my mother, no, make she go study that because she can't get no work when she's done. They weren't totally wrong. Well, I said, make she go on.
Because she wanted you to... And that she love.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat is saying, your sister Sandra is saying, I'm laughing so much. I mean, I think she'll laugh like
hey, my sister, she was the decent one in our family.
We soon reach there, sir.
Yeah, man, yeah. I was the bad, the rotten one, and she was the good one. But
so,
go on.
Arthur Andrine Bonner is saying, talk about the rally them. When the brethren them come from all over the island, come sleep over at we yard. Poopa.
Yes.
And it was it's interesting that it is the church that would have fostered that kind of love for drama for you. I wasn't expecting that one at all. Me never did know that one day. So
I remember there was something that happened to me as a child in the church. I used to keep falling out like with the head of the young people's group. And after one fallout, near one Christmas, I just left and just went to another church. I had to go to church. So me couldn't say me not going to church because my mother would insist she's not going, but we have to go. Right? And I went to this church and they didn't really know me. A lot of the children that went to that church, it was an apostolic church close by, about a mile and a half away. And I would walk to that church because the church I normally go to is just down the road from my house. And I went to this church. A lot of the kids that went to that church did not go to my primary school and they didn't really know me.
Right.
So when they were practicing for a Christmas concert. When we sit down there, it's like, it was always a memory that stayed with me whenever I'm in a play and I can't remember the lines. these children in the play, and they could not remember the lines. And I remember they would write things in their hand middle and write up things in little pieces of paper, drop it here and everywhere they would be to remember the lines. And I just sat there until finally the person was in charge of the children looked and said, okay, you want to do something? And I was like, yeah. And they gave me, I think, a little poem or maybe a scripture to say. And nobody supervised me because it was like, make sure you do something. So they did something come.
Really?
The comedy, the Christmas show. The comedy errors with the children doing their little play. And it was fun in its, what they were doing. It was fun. And then I went up to semi little poem and nobody never practiced with me. It went well. Then I remember the Sunday school lady coming to me and say, then you could have talked so good. Why you never tell me I could put you in the play? But anybody who actually know me know that when I'm around new people, I'm very, very shy.
Yes.
I was out with Andrew Barbara the other day, and some other persons were there that I didn't know. And he said, Chuku, then how you so quiet? I'm like, I'm very animated when I'm around my friends, but new people take a while to warm up.
Yes. So it was the church again that brought that that thing out of you to perform that poem.
Yes.
I'm going to pause a little and just recognize some people here who are making some comments. Sandra Addison said, Chuku, you were always dramatic throughout Knox.
Hey, that girl used to bring some clothes with him, Magdalena, you know.
Sandra Anderson.
Yeah, man. Whenever her mother or father go away and bring back some nice clothes, she has her bring things away. Me love her for the nice. Me did love her apart from the nice things, but she bring clothes and we see our fashion show in her bathroom. You remember that, Bev?
Yes, down at the bathroom, down where the tangerine trees are at now.
The bathroom by the swimming pool.
Yeah. Don't talk about. Look here now. I'm gonna make a note of this of the swimming pool. Coming out, forget the swimming pool during PE time. Oh, forget it, people. So we went to high school. We were at high school, and we're going now some of the PE and some of the swimming. The coach said, "No, if you can swim, stay over this side. If you can't swim, stay on this side." Now me now think say at the picnic them we can't swim or get for going to the pool. Me can't swim, you know. So when the teacher say, if you can't swim, go over this. I'm gone over the swimming line.
And that very deep.
I thought it was the students who could swim, he would send in the pool, but no, it's those who cannot swim. He was going to teach to swim because the who can't swim no need to learn to swim again. We took over the swimming line. And I can't change my mind. I tell him, say, that was really, really, really a terrible time for me. And to this day, I can't swim. But I still love the water. So Chuku here, Sandra now, your sister. You always say, go to church. Because if you stay home, mommy will give you too much work for do.
Go and find Sister Sanji. Mommy that give me word, but I had to go to church. Apart from that. she now go, but she has staying with. But yeah, me not get enough work for do me stay home for true.
Yes, Mr. Anderson is a swimming coach. Davis Hamilton, Karen. He said Mr. Anderson was a swimming coach. Yes. So everybody.
Was it that white man?
Huh?
Was it that white man who was a swimming coach?
I don't remember. It was
a young man on his hands. The kids were saying like him hands shaped like a fish, and he was like. Anyway, let's not get into that. Let's go.
So everybody's enjoying this discussion, Chuku. Even me. A long time in the laugh, so I run water. Because of how dramatic you are, and it's not make up, it's just say you stay. just naturally. So no doubt you would have gone into drama school from high school. So how was that transition for you now? Leaving albeit you used to come to town sometimes, but you reach a drama school now on your own. Teaching strategies are different. No teaching are really dunk on you for you learn. You're just at school on your own, really. How was that?
Yeah, I desperately wanted to go to drama school. It goes without saying. When I went to audition, I walk on the campus, and the architecture was always such. And to this day, whenever I go up to Edna Manley, I am still wowed by how how the campus is made up.
Yeah.
And I remember that day when I went for the audition. The night before, I remember my mother was building on the house, and we piled. I think I had an auntie and some friends were over, and they said, "All right, perform the piece and where you go for the audition for." And I just went ahead and did it. But I was very, very nervous. I was until this day, most time before I do a performance, I'm still nervous, but that's a good thing, right? And when I went there, I remember I saw Bello. He was at the time working with Groundwork Theatre Company, and they were based upstairs at drama school. And the students, I saw some people there looking like students. Everybody was just so, it was like a scene from, like there was a show that used to come on TV named Fame. And I was like, I felt like I was going to go to that kind of performing arts school. And when I went there, I remember hearing somebody saying that about over 400 odd people apply, but they're only accepting 20. And I was like, oh my God. And I was really worried that I was going to be accepted because I never have nothing else planned. I never apply nowhere else. And I went on an audition and I got through. I remember the day that I got the letter from drama school that I was accepted. I also got a letter from my father, which we were just not in contact a lot. And the letter there was to tell me that he was dying. And it was kind of bittersweet because here I was very excited that I had gotten through to go to drama school, and then in the next letter it was that.
Further about
yeah.
How did that go though?
I went to meet him. He was staying somewhere in Havendale, and when I went there, he had lung cancer, so it was like really like the last stage, and it was just really, really sad for me. He had some lovely sisters, and they said, "Why don't you come here and stay?" I was like, they did not understand that even though they were my family, I wasn't used to them. So I probably that would take a lot of cajoling for me to live with people that I was not used to. But they were very, very nice, and it was, for me, probably one of the saddest things in my life, that I never got to have that kind of relationship that I wanted with my father.
Let's talk about that. You were raised by a single mother who would have given you everything. During that time, did you feel that need to have a father, or you miss your father, or at any moment, at any time, did that kind of come up?
It goes without saying that my mother, anybody know my mother, and the people who know my mother know that my mother went above and beyond the call of duty as a mother to a lot of sacrifices, and I love there is nobody in the world I love like my mom, but that was absent from my life, the father figure that I wanted. I would go and visit my grandfather in St. Mary, and he was just like the most wonderful person in the world, right? But I wanted to have my father. And by the time I was to connect with him, because I remember I went there like in August to meet him, and I think I started school in like October, and by November, I think it was, I was in dance class one day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and Raga Shanti, at the time, he was a student at drama school, and ahead of me, and he came into Mr. Moncrief's class and whispered something in his ear, and Mr. Moncrief said, "Who's Grace Thompson?" And I was like, "Me." And I was, "You needed over by drama school." And I thought once again me getting in trouble for something else, right? And I get up and I'm walking down. I was taking I think I was just walking out, and he said, "Why don't you take your things with you?"
No.
And when I went downstairs, I said, like, all the staff from over drama school, they were in the dance school lobby. And then when I look, I saw my auntie.
Oh.
And I said, "Hi." I said, "How is my father?" And she said, "He's all right." And I was like, "Okay." And we were walking a little bit. And then she said, "Oh, he died." And I was shocked because she just said he was all right. And I just froze. I didn't know what to do. So my sister said, whenever I'm traumatized, me freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk and talk and talk, and they had me in the office. And then when she left, and I went right back to dance class. By the time I go back to dance class, everybody knew that my father had died. And I went back and just joined the dance. And I say, like, she not shocking her. It's like she got mad or something like that. And, I don't know, but I remember it was such a crazy moment because Mr. Moncrief was always slapping me on my knees and calling me jelly knee and telling me I have to pick up my dancing and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back into class and I was dancing like, I don't know, like I'd never danced before.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know? So yeah, that I started off drama school.
What do you think caused that though in that moment?
I think for me,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I just want to deal with things that are sad.
Okay.
I can't be bothered. I don't know if it can't be bothered is the word. But at that moment, I needed to distract myself.
You never danced before and the energy just came for you to just dance. Yeah. Some other persons here on Facebook. So Sandra say, first time I'm on. Thank you for joining, my friend. Ione Stewart Sams. And Cheryl is calling out your mom's name, Miss Brenda.
Yay, Cheryl.
Everybody who know you will know your mother.
Yes, they know my mother.
Really. Because the thing is, one of the things, Chuku, growing up, as you spoke about your mother who would have done everything for you. High school, there were certain students who had a school bus that they would take to come to school. And some of us, like me, who never had no school bus to take, we'd have to travel on taxi with tray front. And sometimes you wonder how much people holding the one taxi. How was that for you coming into school, traveling on a school bus? And once you're on a school bus, you're at a kind of level where people are look on.
Yes, we did poor, but my mother make sure so we take school bus.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy taking the school bus. There were lots of little cliques, and none of my friends were on the school bus. Because we never take school bus, and we never live in the same place.
Yes.
My sister, she would have her little friends there, and me and them never get along. And it was exciting. I think for anyone who had gone to Knox during that era would have known what a wonderful school it was. And had such great memories from that place.
So some of us are still friends coming out of Knox. Just talk to me quickly about still maintaining your friends in high school, because some of us don't make new friends, Are the same people them who we know for a long time. Yeah. It is very rare when we make new friends. And as I talk about a new friend, I want to hail up my new friend Kay over there in Portland. Okay. I have not had a new friend in years. Moons.
Yeah. There was a whole Rosemary Allen moment there a while ago for me. So talk
about people maintaining friendship from those times.
Bev, I am happy to say that I have friends that go all the way back to my childhood. Are people that I grew up with in the same community. They've remained my friends. And I'm talking people of all different ages, because when I was a child, a lot of my friends were older women. And now I'm an adult. I have friends that I watch. My next door neighbor, for example, I think his first word, the first name that he learned was my name. And right now we're really, really good friends. My friend Boggy. So it's like, from anybody that actually know that I speak about having several best friends. I remember one of my friend Marsha said, Gracie, how much best friend you have? So I was like, well, I have a best friend for like different places. I have you that I've known from grade 3. I have Bonnie that I knew from I was around 15. I have my friend Rufus, that was my really, really close friend and still is, when we were colleagues at the same workplace. And for all these different persons, they have made such an impact in my life. And for me, it's the level of comfort that I have around these people that I could absolutely be myself. If I'm going to be around people and I have to be sitting there thinking, okay, what can I say? I have to make up things, not make up, but like think about something to say. It's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
But there are about 5 persons in my life that when I'm around there, I'm absolutely myself. Me not have to put on no makeup to cover this or cover that. Them see me in all of my glory.
Yes.
Here.
We're going to take a break, Chuku. I don't know if you want to sip some water, but we're going to take a break. Play some music. Fab Five, Unwind. Fab Five is also an entry in the festival song for 2021. We'll soon come back, Chuku.
Okay.
And viewers.
Time to free up your mind, your body and soul. Make music and good vibes take control. Culture on display, the Jamaican way. People holding sway on this special day. Everybody, free up your body so we can wind up. Come make we jump up. And in the ear and you jumping, boy. You whine and you whine and you wiggle and you hold. You wiggle and you jiggle and you balling, boy. Turn your roll and you balling, boy. Again, no, boy. And in the ear and you jumping, boy. You whine and you whine and you wiggle and you hold. You wiggle and you jiggle and you balling, boy. Turn your roll and you balling, boy. Unwind. More rivers to cross and more mountains to climb. No worries, my peeps, that's a part of life. But if we pull together, we can reach down any moon star. Also we stay, that's the Jamaican way. There's light at the end of this tunnel. Flashing green, we good. Flashing green. We are a nation and we move and we'll get there. We are blessed, so people have no fear. Everybody, free up your body so you can wind up. Come back, we jump up. And in the ear and you jumping, boy. You whine and you whine and you wiggle and you hold. You wiggle and you jiggle and you balling, boy. Turn your roll and you balling, boy. Again, no, boy. And in the ear and you jumping, boy. You whine and you whine and you wiggle and you hold. You wiggle and you jiggle and you balling, boy. Turn your roll and you balling, boy. Unwind.
Moonshine, yeah, hear me? A song the back, a song the top. Play it again, play it again. We tune in, a Fit FM 96.
We got all the children and
play the tune there again. We love it.
Down of the nation, always taking the lead. Full of vibes and energy, expressing culturally. Watch them on the front line when it's action time. Unwind. Everybody, free up your body so we can wind up. Come back, we jump up. And in the ear and you jumping, boy. You whine and you whine and you wiggle and you hold. You wiggle and you jiggle and you balling, boy. Turn your root and you balling, boy. Again, no, boy. And in the ear and you jumping, boy. You whine and you whine and you wiggle and you hold. You wiggle and you jiggle and you balling, boy. Turn your root and you balling, boy. Colors on display, the Jamaican way. People hold its way on this special day. Everybody, free up your body so we can wind up. Come make we jump up. In your backyard, in your front yard. Use up your mirror. You know how no partner on the road.
Welcome back. Unwind. Unwind. And we are unwinding here on Cultural Mix this evening, folks. Welcome back. It is your Friday evening show, Cultural Mix, with your host, Bev Moonchild. We are really unwinding and having some memories brought back by the one and only Gracia Chuku Thompson. Really enjoying it, Chuku. We want to hail up some people who are joining us on Facebook. So, all of the memories that you're bringing back now, Sandra said Junior. I don't know if she was referring to a friend
Buggy.
or
Buggy,
so,
that's Buggy.
And Jahai Watson said too sleepy. I don't know what he was referring to. Cheryl is saying enough best friends. Yes, because where we go, we form different friendships. And Donna Rufus said, Ray. Sandra again saying Rohan. I think that maybe is another friend.
That's my Roni, my Peroni pony, yeah.
Rohan. She said, me love the one that maybe is the Unwind by Fab Five. She's talking about. So yes, I love this one too. Jen Hugh is saying, what year did you attend Knox? Somebody's asking, what year did you attend Knox?
Me, she's asking, Beth? 1981.
Okay, so I suppose you hear that one. Calvin Mitchell is saying her father's spirit took over and help her to do the best dance. I think that's a moment when you went back to Mr. Moncrief's dance class after hearing about your father. Jai Watson, thanks for the laughter, Gracia.
Hey, Jai. You know, Bev, Jai is like my friend from Facebook, and she's just this awesome person. Awesome person.
2 a.m. Where is she, in London?
No, she's in the Netherlands.
Wow, thank you so much, Jai, for joining. She said it's 2 a.m. We'll watch after video is posted. Oh, but so she probably gonna sleep now. She said thanks for the laughter.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jai. And lots of other persons are Davis, Hamilton, Karen. Oh, yes, Judes. I think they're going back to some of the memories from Knox. So you're really pulling some memories here, Chuku. So we talked earlier now, and we talk about the sister now who always are getting in trouble, and the other decent sister.
Yes.
I'm ready to come back to it.
No. Sanji. You know, my sister is someone that I grew up just always at odds with. And I mean, I don't tell her often because we just constantly, because she was Miss Goody Two Shoe. I remember I used to have some problems sometimes, and my mother said, go teach her. And I would get so mad that it was Sanji that I was supposed to, and I would spend all the time as she's teaching me, I cuss her under my breath, right? But she was, I don't know, my sister, even though I acquired so much with her, she was always so bright. She was always so progressive and always made some of the first moves that I always wanted to imitate. You know? An awesome, wonderful person with great kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Choco, guess who is on?
Who?
Clive Uzo Anderson.
Who, Clive? Hey, Uzo.
Uzo is on and he's saying, love the vibe, Bev and Choco.
Yes,
bless up yourself, Uzo. So when you go to drama school now, let's hop over to drama school. As we mentioned, Uzo. In what capacity would you have met Uzo?
I met Uzo through Lime Tree Lane because I had actually started to do Lime Tree Lane from I was in school. Yeah, this was not a job that it dropped in on my hand. When I finished school, I was blessed because one of my acting teachers was the director for Lime Tree Lane.
Pablo Hoylet.
Yeah, Pablo Hoylet. And I think I was given a role and then it started expand. And so Uzo, when we came out of the studios of JBC at the time, we would tape up the episode, a lot of the episodes of Lime Tree Lane where the shop was by Uzo's place up by is it Morgan? I can't remember the name, somewhere in Ganspen, right? And yes, Uzo was like one of the coolest persons to work with. When he was really going building his career in television. I think when he left a void. When he left, he migrated. I mean, he left such a void because he was like the kind of great sidekick kind of character.
Yeah.
Uzo one time and tell me say Uzo did a play where I don't know if he played and he was a statue or something like that and he was naked. Very daring and great to work with.
Uzo, talk about Lime Tree Lane. Nice hearing from you, Uzo. We want to hear you more. Talk about Lime Tree Lane, that experience for you.
Bev, I never didn't know what I get myself, when I go in a Lime Tree Lane. I just knew that I was in a class where my acting teacher was the director, and a couple of the students at drama school were actually writers for Lime Tree Lane. There was Althea, there was Melita, who else? And these guys wrote some really great episodes that I was in. I remember after I did the first episode, I didn't know what it. I just did it. I didn't know.
What character were you again on Lime Tree Lane?
The character's name was May, and she was Crowbar's girlfriend. I always have a whole heap of picnic and just get in a heap of trouble. Yes, and I remember after I did the first episode that I did, that was aired on TV. I remember I was walking through Crossroad. I mean, me hear one woman bawl out. No, the big mouth huggy girl that were coming to Lime Tree Lane. And that was my first thing, like people were recognizing me. And usually it was like, but you know, look so ugly like how we see up on TV. And they actually, a lot of people assume that I would be very similar in nature to that character that I played, which I really wasn't. That was my first.
Althea is joining us too, Chuku, and Althea is saying, loved writing for your character on Lime Tree Lane. Great inspiration for any writer. So Althea is on. Yes. And she said, great to see you live, Chuku. That's Althea.
Hey, one of my favorite play that I did at drama school in Abev. It was As You Like It, where Althea and I played cousins. And that play was directed by the great Brian Heap. I've said to people that even doing commercial theater, I think the plays that I did at drama school, I enjoy doing those more because they were just of such great quality.
Yeah.
And they probably would not do well in the commercial world, but they stretched us as actors.
Yes. As the Shakespeare plays. Yes, man, and Brian Heap coming to the stage there as director. Andreen Bonner is okay. She's bigging up Flora Harris. Doreen Reed is saying, I loved Lime Tree Lane. So a lot of people love Lime Tree Lane.
Yeah.
And we have forged some friendships for you too.
Yeah. You know, when I was at drama school, one of my acting teachers, Marina Tate, had told me, and Scully, that was the guy who played my boyfriend in Lime Tree Lane, that we work, and that was before I think we even started doing Lime Tree Lane. And like she said, you guys, you really work well together. And
Marina was from Guyana, right?
Yeah, she was from Guyana. And Scully was like my brethren. You know, he migrated and we kind of lost the contact. When I was living abroad, we used to speak on the phone. But that is another talent that if I don't know if he had stayed in Jamaica and continued, he would have gone really, really far.
Would have gone far, yes.
Chris Moore Mills.
Chris Moore Mills. He went into the army.
Yes.
Here, your sister now. You remember when one lady asked mommy how the grandchildren, and mommy asked her what grandchildren, and she said, me a picnic them.
Oh Jesus. No man. People they take it to, hey mommy, they told celebrity, you know. Remember mommy couldn't walk in a piece. The street, yeah, she was a celebrity.
How did she take that though? Because her daughter was big on TV.
I think my mother has always been my greatest supporter. Great. I mean, everybody who when I went to drama school, mommy never missed a play that I did. She was at every single play. There are some students who went there and their parents never came to see a play that they did, right? But my mother was at every single play that I did, and she's always been proud of me. But when I mean I flail and nothing going for me. And she said me I don't myself. She would have come and say, hey, and she remind me about something that I did that she was very, very proud about. And boost my spirit, you know? Yeah, my mother, my greatest cheerleader.
Talk to us, Chuku, parents who maybe don't think it is important to support their children in things that the parents themselves don't. So she didn't stop you from going to drama school, even though persons were saying she now get no work when she leaves school, but she's saying that is her choice. I want her to do what she feel like doing. with some guidance, let her travel her path. How important it is for parents to understand that kind of thing and to support their children, really.
Sometimes I think about some parents that support their children doing wrong things, and no matter what they do, them still support them. I've always been amazed. I was having a conversation with someone recently about some mothers will have some gunman pick me and them still support them. And I believe that if your children are doing things that are positive and uplifting, and they are following their heart with the thing, if they're passionate about it, you're not talking people who just hop from one thing to the next, and 1 minute they're passionate about this, and next minute they're not so sure. If your child is passionate about the arts, let them follow their heart. Because it is the love of the arts. I mean, it may probably they may never make a ton load of money, but at least they'll be happier. And I think in a number of ways that is the most important thing.
Yeah. Judith is saying Chuku has always been a happy, authentic person, down to earth.
Who says so?
Judith Green.
Yeah, Judith.
And here Doreen now. Doreen Reed.
Yeah.
How did you handle the criticism that came with being in the public's eye?
I don't know if I...
Like the people in the crossroad would I say, then the big mouth girl that from...
I laughed. I was feeling bad because you said the big mouth girl that. I found it so amusing. Another thing that people are always, like, they would say, but you're so short. Because the TV make everybody... kind of look taller and bigger, and then when they see in real life, you're probably shorter than what they had imagined. Yeah, Doreen. Hey, Doreen. Hey, big director that, Bev.
Yeah, she's saying Brian Heap is a great director. His ability to transfer Shakespeare to stage is remarkable.
Yes.
And we used to do some of those plays with Brian Heap. Was it with Brian Heap? And we even went to Montego Bay to perform at the Strand Theatre in Montego Bay, performing Shakespeare all over the place, and CXC students coming to understand Shakespeare.
Yes. And that is what that taught me so much, Bev, because in teaching Shakespeare, any Shakespearean text to my literature students, for example, I realized that probably when I was going to high school, that there were some teachers that didn't actually like Shakespeare. And so they without saying it, they transfer that kind of energy to us.
Yeah.
And so how Brian Heap got us to really appreciate the sort of Elizabethan language of Shakespeare was really what I have done with my students. And for them, I think they enjoy it,
So you have gone on now to students. Kay is saying Chuku is an awesome person. That's Kay. Chuku is the best. Kay, hey, she's in Portland, and somebody's agreeing with her. So we talk about you being. We didn't talk about it, but we're going to go there now. Being a teacher, literature or drama.
Both.
Now, how do you find Brian Heap would have maybe given you a kind of view on how to use the plays to really teach. But how is it for you, though, as a teacher, going in as a young teacher, first of all, and as you grow over the years?
I think one thing I've been really, really blessed with as a teacher teaching in Jamaica was that I was lucky enough to teach at a school where the kids are bright, they're talented, they're enthusiastic. The support system from the admin
and so on,
has always been good. So I've never struggled. I've gotten some. For me, there is so much joy in teaching because I've taught some really, really great kids. Really excellent kids, and they bring the kind of energy that makes you a better teacher.
So you would have taken, in teaching drama, you would have taken a lot of your students to school drama festival and they would have done well.
Yes.
How many of those students transfer after leaving school into drama and theater?
Quite a few. the school that I taught at. I'm not going to call a name, but I think the future of Jamaican theatre and the film industry will be largely peopled by those former pupils.
You also taught overseas in England, to be specific.
Babe, me the day ago, you know, I was doing a play with Aston Cook named Kiss Me Neck with a boom shot class. Me earn money and me not suffer. And my friend Carol went and applied for this program to go abroad and teach. And she said, "You going out?" I said, "No, sir, you can't bother." I remember her saying, "You do good now. You do play your money, you come in, but when you don't want to go on." I remember sitting there, I'm thinking, you know, because the uncertainty of the theater industry in Jamaica is that sometimes you get a player, sometimes you don't have no player. When you have a player, you're nice. You have additional income, and it's sometimes not even about the income for me. It's the fact that I'm working with people that I enjoy working with.
Yeah.
And just on a whim, me take up myself and a Carol go up Pegasus, meet the man where I recruit people, and boom, me get job. By the man left Jamaica the weekend, and by like the Monday morning, early because obviously England is ahead of us. I get call from one head teacher at one school somewhere in Yorkshire, and I'm like still groggy, and before you knew it, I was selling everything and moving to England, and I've always regretted it. I have, yes. I have regretted it because my career at that point was on the rise. I was working with people that I love to work with. And I think in a number of ways, I was pretty happy. And then I moved to this rural town.
In England?
Yes. Not a lot of Black people were living there. Wow. I had some friends, one of my great friends that remain to this day. Someone I'm absolutely proud of, Rohan Jawala. I don't know if he's on now, but if he's shout out to him. And after a while, the sense of alienation, being in a country where the racism was so strong. When I watched that England finals last Sunday, and the
all came back to you.
It came back because I remember going in the town where I lived after a football match. Nobody never give me the memo, so you don't go when England lose. And people were just coming and shouting in my face, calling me Gallywag.
Wow.
The Gallywag, me know I want Gallywag from out of Enid Blyton book when I used to read as a child. So many of you understand the racist implications from that. Right? And there were some great kids there, but in a number of ways, I was unhappy for years.
How long you spent in England?
Around 6 years, yeah. And I made the decision. I made the decision to come back to Jamaica because the relationship that I was in fell apart, and I said, "Pantapa, me can't tell you no more unhappy than me unhappy. I'm going back to prodigal child." I came back home. I mean, never have nothing when I come back.
When I reached there, so yes. While you were teaching, what was different though? In the teaching and learning experience? Jamaica, you leave with students who are bright, and some of them are, for the most part, were willing and ready to learn. Moving now into England, how was it for you? The last time we spoke to Canute mentioned that the children, the students are the main point of focus where he is now. I mean, between New York, where I've taught, and now in Canada. How was it for you leaving Jamaica, going into England to teach?
Well, Bev, I had some experience with a few English children that I knew who had come back to Jamaica, probably with their parents, and they were always so bright. So I just assumed, because all the English children I knew from primary school to high school
were bright.
More Margaret Jr., they were like super bright, right? And I just assumed that all they were like that. So you can imagine my absolute shock when I went there, and no child is left behind. The school I taught at, they didn't have like a special school for children with learning disabilities, which can be a good thing too, right? But these were children that had resources that we could only dream of at the time here in Jamaica. They had access to so much. And everybody favorite subject, well, not everybody, but a lot of the kids I thought always their favorite subject was PE.
PE.
Yes. Or technical kind of subjects, you know, the cooking ones or...
What you taught in England? What you taught?
Drama and English.
Drama and English,
Yeah. And I don't know, it was a challenge because I realized I had it so easy. I had to differentiate lessons to cater to the different abilities of students. And in some ways, I would say it made me a better teacher. But the social climate of England was, for me, the thing that really destroyed me, and the fact that I was no longer in the arts. So yeah, I was earning more money than I earned in Jamaica.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing anything in the arts. I was just there, you know, just going to work, coming home. My friend Ruan, when we used to live in the same town, we used to find a little place on Sunday night and go and dance, and some African club that they would play some reggae music. But I was alienated in England. If I was in somewhere like, say, London, it would have been better. Because it's more multicultural there.
Right. Althea, I think she's referring to you going away now and saying at that point, boy, you know, it never as you expected. She's saying, tell me about it, girl. Living it.
Althea, the nice Canada.
Cheryl is reminding you about maybe one of the English students who spoke well, Karen Townsend.
Say that again, babe.
Cheryl Stevens. She's reminding you of a name.
Okay.
As one of the English students who spoke well.
Right. And with the things, yes, everybody still.
Yes. So, Chuku, you mentioned coming back to Jamaica broke.
Yeah, broke.
How could that be?
Mama, me never want to get into that. I came back broken down in my head from the loss of that relationship. I came back trying to rebuild myself.
Yeah.
And the expectations that people had that, hey, you should have been coming back with a ton load of money. Or, I don't know, you should have acquired more. Just didn't happen. I think within my family. All right, continue. What's the next question?
Somebody's saying that you're a star. You're a star.
Hey, Lennox Wallace. I'm a semi-calling name. Is Lennox Wallace with us? Lennox Wallace, the big bad Lennox Wallace that used to go knocks and is the chief health inspector of the parish of
St. James. Yes, Lennox. Me not see him. Lennox, where are you? And he said he was going to join us, you know. I want to hear Chuku talk, so people don't want to stop hearing you, Chuku. Them just love you. I think because you're so authentic and you know, sound like no makeup stuff. You know, you're just the best. Chuku, you're a director and you write plays.
I do.
Which one you prefer?
I like being a director. I was saying this to someone just the other day. I think I'm not blowing my own hand, but I think I'm a great director. But only when I'm working with really great talent. So if I forgot teach you, there are some people who can pull talent out of people. If you're good, we can make you better. And I can bring a great production. But I think I probably do better as a writer. Because I could write it and hand it to someone else and they can do my
direct it. And, I spoke about you being one of the best in Jamaica where acting is concerned. And I'm really serious.
She's my best friend.
Not because I'm your best friend, but I think you are one of the best.
Thanks, Belle.
As an actress. And I really mean it. What are the plays that you're involved in now? Are you with a group or so?
Well, I'm not involved in a play now. Because when the pandemic did hit, I don't think there are any plays going on now. Maybe now that the entertainment sector has opened up, people will now go back into rehearsal. When the pandemic had hit, I just finished wrapping up a play. I was working with Barks Entertainment, like the best company I've ever worked with in my career. Trust me.
Why? Why you say that?
Because I was around people that I could authentically just be myself.
Okay.
And it was always such a buzzing atmosphere backstage. And my director and producer, Fabian Barks, is also a very good friend. And I'd started rehearsing for a new play. We had actually physically go to rehearsal. And then when we are watching now, everywhere closed down, and then we just had to stop rehearsing for it. Was supposed to be it was a play called Bad Girls, right? And I don't know. So I did not do any plays since the pandemic has started, but I have been blessed. I have done. I've written stuff. I have done stuff for television, for radio, and I am blessed in the sense that I have great friends, or people that are always looking out for me. And so, like the other day, I got a call, and to this day, I don't even know who recommended me. Somebody said, "Hey, you came heavily recommended, and they have a project." And I went and worked on the project. I didn't ask the guy, to be honest, but I people are always looking out for me, Bev. Always looking out for me.
And I think they're looking out for you because of the talent that you have and how they know what it is that you're capable of doing and how you can do it. People look out for people who can deliver. So, it is your talent.
But what people can deliver in this country, Bev. This country filled with a lot of talent. They didn't have to call me. There were other persons they would have called, would have done just as well or probably better, I don't know. But I bless up if at any point you had recommended me for a job, because sometimes, Bev, one of the wonderful things for me, and I got several jobs from students that I taught. Several jobs. I was employed. Me broke like a dog. And then when me get a call, and me said, look there. It's a good thing me never treat the people them picking the bad when me are teach them. Because them are call me up now, because they are making it in the field. And they're calling me up. They're writers and they're directors and they're producers and in big capacities too. And these are they are calling me up for jobs.
Which is good.
Yes.
So when you are entrusted with people, students, young people to work with, treat them good.
Yes.
Because they will treat you even better.
Yes.
When they are in a position.
Yeah.
So we know that you're a voice actor and commercial actor and so on, and people talk about Lime Tree Lane. What's the latest project?
Well, the latest project I'm working on, I can't talk about it yet because I signed a confidentiality agreement for that.
Okay.
But I have worked up to quite recently. I have worked on commercials for NHT. I have worked on a music video for Turbulence. I've done another commercial. I think in the past month, I've in particular, I've been pretty busy with people just calling me and offering me a job.
That's very good.
Yeah, and I'm absolutely grateful. There are a lot of actors, great actors, who are just unemployed. And when I say actors, that's what they do for a living. I'm happy that I still have my other job, that I can still, every in a month, I can still get some money in my hand. There are persons in Jamaica right now that from the pandemic drop, they have not done a play, and that's what they do for a living. Full time.
Wow. I was just reading some of the comments here on Facebook, and there is this person, Tina Miller. Hail up Gracia Thompson.
Hey, Tina.
Tina.
Yeah.
Okay. And Norman Malcolm. Love you, Chuku. You're a great.
Hey, Mal. Hey, Mal.
So lots of people. Kimoy Griffiths. Chuku face always beat. Okay, she's commenting on your makeup now.
Hey. Me have a beat is like I'm gonna come shock on because we need makeup like ear for breed. Me no know better than past week or so. One piece of broke out on my face. Me have a makeup shot now, just in case people were wondering.
What do you mean makeup shot?
That there are some, so that I'm going off on this.
Some brand.
No, I actually go like in the pharmacy or wherever makeup they are sold, and I can't get them. I don't know because people wearing masks now and not a lot of people buying makeup. I can't. I mean, it bother me. It bother me bad.
Or maybe because some people are at home, they probably have breakouts or so, and more makeup is being used now, even with the mask and so on. And a lot of people doing online and so on, so they want to look good when they go online for them.
Well, whatever it is, fix it because me need it. Me need it. Nobody can make up shame me, no, Bev. Nobody can say the woman that they must be natural. No, me no want natural. Me would have liked the natural. Me did have it like that, but me not have it like that.
Yeah. So you have to depend on your makeup, Chuku.
Yes, child.
You kill people. This is awesome. One love from the UK, Mr. Fitness for Life. Yes, he's always listening to Fit FM. Patsy Smith is saying, "Hi, Grace."
Is that my cousin Patsy?
Me no know.
Your cousin named Patsy Smith, yeah?
No. And Sharon Bennett McNamee, she's hailing you up too.
Oh, she said, I think she's in England, so she's still bless up.
Yes, and Mr. Fitness is in England too. And he's saying, she's so funny. So people enjoy it, Chuku. People enjoy it. Thank you both for an amazing chat. Judith Green. So Chuku, tell me now. We talk about online. How has online school been for you?
Mama, when it just start, me was like a fish out of water. Me not savvy them way they with computer. And me animation and all the lovely things that me do with face to face. Suddenly me I try to maneuver my way through the cyber world and it never pretty. But the wonderful thing I would say is that the school that I'm employed at mainly, the support system there and they were like leaders in the whole online teaching and learning. And I have to say that when it just started, not good. But this past school year, because we're on holiday now, I think I became a better teacher as a result of it.
How come?
Yes, because I was now able to employ more technology that I was not, say, using before. And I've coupled that with my own teaching style. And I have access to so much more media than I would probably have when we do have lots of stuff at school. We have those big white smart boards, but not every classroom have them. And of course, some of my classes are not in classrooms. And so it's been a very interesting experience. For me though, Bev, one thing that did not work is that after a while, I think even from before this school year that just passed, I felt like I was going crazy. When we were told to go home, I honestly thought it was going to be for like, say 2 weeks or so, and then we'd be back at school. And then we weren't back, and in a way I was kind of excited. I was like, yeah, and then this is not me. This staying home thing is not me. And so I was going stir crazy. I was in the house. I cannot mentally, and for the children as well, because not a lot of people really stop to think about what the whole experience has been like for kids who have been for close to 2 years, have been at home. It really impacted, and it's still impacting on them. And everything is so uncertain. Everything is so uncertain as it relates to going back to school. But some study must be done on the mental impact this online learning. Yes, on our children and our teachers.
Last week I spoke with friend Andreen Bonner, and she's pretty dramatic herself. Reminds me so much of Miss Lou, and she's a teacher doing very well, or did very well because she's retired now. And she's saying, listen, sometimes just to excite her students, she would get on top of the desk and do things in the classroom just to have them learning, and in that moment for learning when they're so not into it. What are some of the strategies you employ as a teacher to really get your students to learn?
I think one of the things that for my students is that they really have gotten used to my level of animation.
Okay.
And probably in a number of ways, the kind of animation that is a part of my teaching and probably the whole experience of being a student in my class is probably something that if it happened in another class, probably that teacher would get in trouble. Put it that way. And by that I mean that I try to create an atmosphere with my students that they feel at ease, that they
Okay.
can have a laugh every now and again. Everything can't just be about the formality of the whole teaching and learning experience. At the same time, even though I'm easygoing, every child that I teach will tell you that I'm very strict. So it's not just one big happy party in my class. It's an atmosphere where laughter can be at, but at the same time, the results they will have to be there as well. So I probably don't jump on the desk. Yes, but I do create the atmosphere to want them to always want to come back and have my class as one of their favorite classes.
Yes, Andreen, she's responding. She says students are stressed. We have to find ways to calm their fatigue.
Yes.
So that was Simi Blair is saying, "Hi Gracie, I love your hair."
Yes, yes, my friend Bonnie cut it for me. Yes, child.
Patsy is saying, "That's my cousin, of course." So it's your cousin Patsy.
Yeah, big up my cousin Patsy.
Chuku, you teach also at the university level.
Yes.
What's it? How different it is? High school.
I totally enjoy that. One of the things that I have noticed that there are students that I've worked with, I've directed in plays at the university level, and very talented. And I realized that these are some of the kids who could have had that dream like me, could have wanted to go and study theater instead of business or whatever. But maybe that's something that their parents would not support or pay their school fees for. And but it's an awesome experience working with adults, adults who are in a number of ways are driven because they're working against time and they don't want to repeat stuff, you know what I mean? But I've worked with some awesome students at that level. And these are students that I will still call because, people will call me. Do you send us somebody who can play this character or whatever? And the beauty of teaching kids that are adults that are talented is that they're always people that I can recommend for a job.
As you talk about recommend for job, somebody named Gabby is hailing you out. Gracie, Gabby.
Of course, I know her from my former job. Hey, the girl bright, bright. Hey, and Christella, she come from too. Yeah, man, she do her doctorate now. Hey, I don't know. Sometimes you just meet some people, and when you meet them, a spirit just drawn to them, and then just article, I see that.
Yes, Gabby. So big up yourself, Gabby. This lady was my co-worker. I used to look forward to working with her. That's what she's saying about you. She was just a real chick. Love my Gracia.
Oh,
Gabby. So you talk about support, persons who would have recommended you for a job, and even most recently. I find that in Jamaica, I speak of Jamaica because that is my experience, that especially as women, as females, we don't readily recommend or readily big up or readily, talk positive about our female counterparts. Do you find that to be so?
No, not from my experience. You mean like just generally?
In the theater?
In the theater world, no, I don't think so. I think when people are talented, people will always say, "Hey, Maria, I say that to people all the while. We have some brilliant actors in this country, our writers, our directors, and if when I see their work and I appreciate it, I will always say it. And I've always people too say that to me. I think the kind of bad mind, poor long. Me not have the experience in a Jamaican theater.
Okay.
I don't. it's different, and there's a world of talent here.
Recently, just a few days ago, maybe, we lost one of the best in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about you being funny and hilarious. No, he was.
Valère.
Valère. May the ancestors welcome him as we talk just now.
Mm.
You worked with him, right?
I did, and I've always gauged some performances. I've always gauged the joy and the enthusiasm I have to go to the theater. Not just to go on stage, but just to be around people. And I did a play called Big Three Small Acts, a production written and directed by Dennis Titus. And Valère was the lead actor in it. And may I tell you, Bev, awesome to work with. Backstage was always hilarious. And I've worked with him, probably not in other technical capacities too, because I do other stuff. I don't only do acting and directing. I work in technical areas, right? But Valère, I was thinking the other day, I said to myself that no matter how much you meet people that everybody kind of love, there's always like somebody who have something bad to say about them. I have never met anyone that had anything bad to say about Valère. He was adored. Everybody loved working with him.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. He's going to be missed by a whole heap of people. And that's a void. It's going to be hard. There are great actors coming up. So, we know we won't miss out on talent, but he's going to be missed. He's going to be missed, really. I'm going to ask you your favorite your favorite play that you would have, if you want to talk about it. Maybe one that you would have written or one that you would have been in, our favorite character, something along that line.
Bev, do you know the favorite play that I've done? There are two plays that stand out in my memory that I actually enjoyed working on, absolutely, and learned from that experience. I learned from a play that I did at drama school. It made me a better director because I worked with one of the best directors that came out of the Caribbean, and that's Earl Warner. Yes, Benny's Song. The play was Benny's Song because it was a different style. It did not happen in the theater. The audience followed the actors, the characters around in different settings on campus. And that for me was one of my favorite plays because it taught me a whole lot. I did another play, a commercial play. I played that with Kenwood Lawrence as well, called Them Good Old Days. Yes.
Okay.
That was one of my favorite plays. It was a musical. So we were dancing and singing, and the script was an awesome script written by Carl Hart. And it was a large group of actors for a commercial play. And I worked in that play some of the best actors in Jamaica and some of the best emerging actors. And I remember, I'm not just saying it because of food, but we were at the Pantry Theatre at the time. And if you know anything about the Pantry Theatre, the backstage is beside the kitchen because the pantry is a restaurant. And Carl spoil us. When we go to the theatre, sometimes I cook up some little thing. I not eating mackerel, Bev. In fact, I'm not even supposed to eat anything food because it makes my skin itch me. I remember one day Carl, me, David Tolo, and Rowan. Rowan was in the play, a young student at the time, and made tin mackerel burger for me.
Wow.
No, even though I'm not really eating mackerel, but it was good. Me now just say the atmosphere didn't nice backstage because of that, but that was largely what it was about. But we work with some great people. I remember my mother coming to watch that play, and Kenny would play an old man, an old blind man in the play, and the play start off with him walking through the audience and coming in, and then my mother was there so concerned, this poor blind man, somebody can't help him, and not realizing that it's a part of the production. Yeah, I enjoy that one.
So big up yourself, Canute. He has his book out now, Pathology
Yes.
Pandemic, and he's gonna
Yes.
come to Jamaica. You can't wait now for you come to Jamaica, come launch the book. We are going to be there. So you talk about those Chuku. Althea is saying Rosalind. Was it a play?
That Rosalind was from As You Like It.
Okay.
So she played Sheila and I played Rosalind.
So you were Rosalind?
Yeah.
Okay.
I teach in literature, and I said to the students, I played Rosalind. I played and they're looking at me like, you played Rosalind? Because they look off at me now, and I picture me as Rosalind. No.
Lisa Wilson.
Lisa from school?
I don't know. She's saying, Gracie, you're happening.
That's Lisa.
So that was food Chuku for the food. Somebody making a comment on that. But what I want you to talk to as we come down, Chuku, is students to follow their dream.
Yeah. I think that one of the beautiful things about this country is that it is peopled by so much talent. And a lot the persons, say, in the entertainment industry who are follow their dreams. A lot of people say from inner cities that go into, they want to become a DJ, and everybody kind of support them with that, because the alternative, obviously, is in a number of cases is to suffer, probably turn gunman, or just stay on the street corner about your hand niggle and a drink special, right? But a lot of times when persons express an interest in going into the performing arts by way of, say, acting, the level of support that they get is sometimes from their family members. It's not as good as we'd want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And these are children. I've worked with children that I don't know. I've sat back and I've been so wowed by talent. And I said to myself, then suppose all this talent that they are so, and nobody never support them picking a dream, and the world would never get the chance to see or to hear them. I say to children, young people, whatever out there, you have a talent, and all you can think about is this when you wake up in the morning, that is on your mind, to write or to act or to direct or to dance. Especially to dance, because sometimes when you see boys in particular wanting to dance, the stigma attached to it, it's not encouraged. If it's your passion, go for it. I find that the ones who are most passionate, they are successful, and then they're making crazy money too.
Yeah.
Right? If you are passionate, you will move mountains to make it happen. And when people say you're talented, they are going to move it for you. Or with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jackie Pinto. Gracia, love this.
Hey, Miss Pinto.
I know this is Miss Pinto.
Yeah, that's not first name basis kind of person, but an awesome person.
And Andrea Mahabir, pretty lady Gracie.
My little Jira was my little BFF at my job, but then she abandoned me and went to a school we only refer to as Utopia High.
Okay.
Yeah. But I still love her. And miss her every day.
Okay. And Maria A. Lewis.
Oh, my Marie. Hello. Marie's that my favorite person.
Okay.
Hey, baby, you remember the cake? You remember the cake when we sent you on Christmas?
Yes, I remember it.
Marie bake it.
Okay.
She can bake.
It was good. Of all the Christmas cake I had that year, that one did really take it. So we're looking forward for some more come December. Juliet Barnes, totally enjoying it, Chooks.
Hey, babe, let me just say something quick about Juliet. and our sister Pinky, and our mother, Mrs. Barnes. I want to talk it very fast. You see, when we were children, my mother met Mrs. Barnes through her job at the supermarket, and Mrs. Barnes invited us over, and we were always going over to Moravia for holiday, and they treated us like we were their own children. I remember the grandfather had, I don't know if he had fought in one of the world wars, and he had a long gun, and my brother was fascinated by it. Whenever I went over there, it was like me I go a paradise.
Mm-hmm.
The yard that they had, it was filled with fruit trees, and they were always so nice. It was like the nicest. I've never forgotten it. I've never forgotten how special those persons always made me feel.
Yes, it was just 2-3 weeks ago when I went home. My mother said, "Bev, how chuku?"
Hello. Sister Gloria. Me used to go to Bever's now. When I go to Bever's, that was another paradise because she lived on property as far as the eye can see. And orange tree, this tree and river there nearby. No, some used to love come my house. I used to love come there. Sure.
Oh, God.
I used to revisit my childhood.
Girl, you're so awesome. That's Rebecca. You remember Rebecca from drama school?
I just remember Rebecca. We couldn't stop talking about As You Like It. You remember that? Rebecca, I think we were doing the Crucible, and Rebecca was just so upset. You remember when we were doing, girl, you remember when we were doing As You Like It? We were like a good team, you know. She's from Trinidad, right?
Yes,
I love Rebecca.
So Rebecca is saying, wow, she's in hey, she laughing at you because she remember too. Choco, I can't believe 5 minutes we have leaving now.
Papa Jesus. Hey, as much as Bev is my best friend, it's like we hardly speak. Yes. But every now and again we buzz one another. I say, wow, you're good. But yes. She live on one end of the island and me live, and we hardly see each other. But whenever we reconnect, it's like yesterday.
Yes, it's true. It's good to see you here, Chuku Sky. Only me alone call it Chuku Sky.
Yes. So you alone.
Yeah. So awesome to see and to hear you. And the comments that we have gotten from people here, you have really touched people with your authentic self.
Thank you.
No put on, and people can really connect with you that kind of way. You know, really comfortable, enjoying the humor, and of course, learning also as you advise people, you know, some of your experiences, because them say experience is the best teacher. So when you experience some things, you're able to teach it and pass it on to other people. Chuku, I really thank you this evening for being my guest.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Really enjoyed. Any last words?
Hey, I'm proud of you, you know. I'm proud of you. I can't tell you enough. I'm proud when I turn every Friday evening, at 6 o'clock when I turn to your show, and I watch you maneuver yourself with the chat where you have with your guests. And I said, that's my friend. And I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of the group of us that were rebels. And, yes. and we never supposed to mount nothing.
We turn out good.
Yeah.
we come after something good. You know them country people. Yeah, man, I'm glad you know you make something good of yourself.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Chuku Sky. It really
Thanks for having me, Bev.
I'm saying proud of you both. So we really, Donna Rufus, I love you and miss you, Gracia.
I love you more.
Yes, man. So thank you so much, my darling, for being here. I want you to continue doing what you're doing, being that awesome person that you are. No put on, no, well, we know the makeup, but just for face. No makeup in personality. It's just who you are.
Yes,
be true to yourself. And as you go through, bless others and be a positive influence to others as you go through. Thank you, Gracia Chuku Sky Thompson. All the very best. Have an awesome weekend. Thank you, my love.
Bless
all the very best.
All right.
People, what a discussion we have had. Really interesting talking with one of the best in Jamaica as an actress. I tell you, you're going to be seeing her. She's going places, believe me. Trust me on that one. When the advertisement come out, you're going to see them. She is here and she's here to stay and to make a mark in the Jamaican theater scene. Really great talent we have in Jamaica. And we have to big up each other. I'm really proud of her, not only as my friend, but as a woman, as a female in Jamaica, as an actress. Thank you so much, everybody who joined us, really. The 2 hours just done off, so clean, 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 clean. Everybody who joined us, those who participated, it really has been an awesome evening. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Come back with us again next week when we have another awesome guest lined up for you. All the very best. Take care. We're going to end now with Desai Boyd, Rumba Box, man. Everybody love the Rumba Box. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend. All the very best. See you next Friday, all being well.
She like the bass, cause she just get a bite of the rumba bass. She never had time to say no grip. On the baseline job, she whining waist. Hips and tips, everything in place. She make me dance till me lose me boo. That's how I end up with a rumba you. When Senorita dash out the rumba. Hey, bump around with the looks of the rumba. Senorita con dash out the rumba. Straight out of the rumba box. Make sure say me put on the rumba socks. And then me drop in the rumba book. And me already have on the rumba suit. Hey, I want a girl from the rumba book.